Welcome to my guide on Nocturne Jungle. Um, First, I would like to go over his runes and masteries. Let me find where they are at. Okay, here we go. Where are they? Okay, here we go. This one. I should rename this one. This is one. I'm gonna rename it to Nocturne. Okay, so the most standard, you would go little tempo. Because Nocturne scales with the attack speed. Uh, Triumph, you can also go overkill, but it not a lot of people goes it. But Triumph is the most popular one and the most um, helpful. Um, Legendary Alaricity is another one that you would want to take. You don't want Legendary Tenacity, is because Nocturne, it's not as useful to him because he got spell shield and you might can go mercury tread, so he and it's gonna take away from his attack speed that he scales off. So I would try to stick with Aracity. And legendary bloodline is also an option, help you for the late game, but it's like iffy, like I wouldn't really, would try to avoid it, but if you want to try it, you can. But in most cases, I would go alacrity. Alacrity. I'm sorry. The final one is Last Stand. You also can go Cup of Grace to get the kills if you feel they're all squishy and you want, you know, get the kills. But I would try to stay with Last Stand. Cut down is for tanks, like to anti-tanks. If you want to kill tanks, I would go cut down. For the secondary tree, um, from the first row, I would go cheap shot. Is the most suggested. You can go Ty's Blood, but I do not really recommend it. It's the least of those three that I would go. Sudden Impact is okay. You can you can try that, but I wouldn't really. It's only for your uh, probably after your ultimate. So yeah, sudden impact is not recommended also. So I would stay with cheap shot. Or on second row, you can, instead of the cheap shot, you can go zombie wards. Uh, if you go sweeper, definitely would recommend it. Zombie wars are really helpful. Eyeball Collector is nice too. Ghost Poro is not so much, unless you're not gonna buy Sweeper at all. If you're not gonna buy a Sweeper, then you can go Ghost Poro. But if you um, plan to gank successfully and have better gameplay, I would recommend to go a Sweeper and avoid Ghost Poro altogether. The final one is Ultimate Hunter. And you can go treasure hunter, but I'm pretty sure it was nerfed, so I wouldn't really go to it. If I mean, you can, but it's not that bad. If you wanna like snowball, a restless hunter is okay too. You can do that, but I would try to get ultimate hunter for the most part because Nocturne ultimate is pretty huge. It's really helpful. Excuse me. And niche in the genius hunter is I would is the least one I would go, so don't take that. For the first one is attack speed, second one is adaptive force, and final one is armor. You could go health if you really want. Magic resistance, I would try to avoid, but you also can go it if they have a lot of magic damage. But the thing is, in the jungle, to stay healthy, you probably want health scaling and armor. Mostly armor. Armor is the priority. Also, alternative build is Hail of Blades. You could go Hail of Blades or even Dark Harvest. Maybe even Electrocute. It would work. All three would work. Um, but it's more like early game and snowball. It's like it's for mostly for lower um, elo players. If like enemy is easy to kill, then those three are pretty helpful. Dark Harvest not really reliable because if you don't stack it, then it's pretty much useless. But if you go one of those three, like I wouldn't go Predator on Nocturne for sure. So just don't even know. You probably don't even want to try it because it's kind of not that's great. I mean, you can it can work, but it's the least the one that you would go. Um, like as always, cheap shot is the best one. Those two you try to avoid. Third one is zombie ward or eyeball collector, and final one is ultimate hunter or treasure hunter. And the third one is you want to go Triumph, possibly Overkill if you wanna go spicy, but I would stick with Triumph. And the final one you can go Legend Alacrity, Alacrity. I'm sorry, or like the least likable is Bloodline, but Tenacity I try to avoid Tenacity. I mean, you can, but I would try to avoid it. And final one, Last Stand. Like all three would work. The middle one is for tanks. The Cap de Grace is for squishes. Last Stand is for same fighters. If you like, if you go against like Brianna or like somebody that can 1v1 you possibly, I would Last Stand is probably the best. Attack speed, adaptive force, armor is pretty standard. Third one, for obvious reasons, I wouldn't go. Um, it's out of question, honestly. Um, uh, Technically, a phase rush could work, but it's just like you already have a speed with your Q, so and you don't really get that much stuff from it. I mean, there's nice stuff from it, but I wouldn't even consider it. Resolve, Grasp of Undyne would be nice if you in lane. If you jungle, no, don't even try to go Grasp of Undyne because you're not gonna be able to stack it effectively. So I wouldn't even try it. And Aftershock, you can't like I mean it would work with your fear, but like I said, I mean you're playing Nocturne. You're not playing like uh, supportive jungler. So I try to avoid resolve and sorcery. And final one, you can go the final strike, first strike for like lethality. If you go lethality, magical footwear. Perfect timing was nerfed, and it's not really that great anymore. Um, I would stay magical footwear. The second one, a minion dermatalizer, is you're not laning and you don't want to really steal your laner's minions, so I would avoid it because you don't want them to be tilted. So I would pick either Future Market or Biscuits. And the final one is my favorite is Cosmic Insight. I would try to stick with that. You also can get Approach Velocity, but it's only if they feared or if your allies are, stunned them or um, crippled them or wherever. So I would stick with cosmic inside. You also can go time warp, but only if you get biscuits. If you don't get biscuits, then time warp tonic is pretty much kind of like a waste. For the final one, I would go. Uh, you could go domination. Like I said, it's mostly for lethality. Nocturne. I would go bounty hunter and chip shot, or you can go zombie wards or eyeball collector instead of chip shot. Okay, that's it for the runes and masteries. Okay, let's get in the game and in the practice tool. I mean, to show you where it's at. Okay, here to show you what items you should build. Select Nocturne. Yeah. Um. You could like when you in champ select, you can first pick is nice because you can get countered, but most of the time you Nocturne is popular, so he can be first picked or banned. Um, so I would try to get a first pick. But if you want to hide your pick, you always can go last pick. For items, let's add some gold. Okay, I'm rich now. Um, for the jungle item, you can go either speed for faster clear and to catch up or run away from enemies. For tankiness, you can go the green one, and red one is for damage. Um, okay, for mythic, I mean for the first item when you just go in standard nocturne like attack speed one, the yellow runes. Like if you go, uh, wait, hold on, give me a second. If you go like a little tempo, you are the first items. The ideal back would be to get non-quiver. Like I know it's a little bit more expensive than Tiamat, but it's going to be much more helpful to take down enemies. It's more powerful. Like in my opinion, Hydra is nice, but the thing is, you already have like your passive to help you with clear, and um, Kraken Slayer would be nice for not only clear but also in dueling people. Kraken Slayer is good. I mean, everybody knows Kraken Slayer is good, so I would get um, non clear first and boots on first bag. It's ideal bag. If you can't, just buy wherever you can, like boots or like one sword or something. Um, the boots, I would avoid the Swifties. I mean, you can go it, but I would avoid it. Sorcerer shoes, definitely not. Mobius, I wouldn't go it. It's not really. I mean, they're good, but I wouldn't get them. Either I would go Ion boots if you don't have enough gold for any of those three, but I would stick with those three and then maybe Ion boots. Like for example, if they have a lot of magic damage or NCC, I would go Mercury Treads. If they have a lot of ID damage, I would go play Steel Caps. If you're ahead and the first item you bind boots, you're not even if you're not buying if you're not even buying the non-quiver and you want to buy straight up boots, I would just buy Berserker Greaves straight up. Like the first item. It wouldn't be bad. It would be like you get attack speed for clear and you get movement speed, that which is important. But after Kraken Slayer, if you go standard Nocturne, I would for the item I would go Strikebreaker. Then if they have like AD damage, I would go Death Dance. I love AD damage. I would go Death Dancer. If they have a lot of magic damage, I would go Withstand. And the final item, you could go GA, recommended if you ahead or just um, for a revive. I mean, it's nice. Or instead of Guardian Angel, you also can go Blade of Ruin King, which I like a little bit more for like lifesteal and damage. You can alternate if they're all AD and don't really have magic damage. You can sell, don't buy the Witsand and just get uh, where is it? You could get mm, what I was gonna say. Where is it? Where I cannot find it. Oh, give me a second. Oh yeah, you can go Aximus Arc, or I mean Edge of Night is not bad either. But Aximus Arc would be nice. It's actually pretty good because you really need your ultimate for. I mean you don't really need your ultimate, but it's really helpful to put pressure on the map. So Aximus Arc could be like this. It would be nice. Or like I said, sell this by GA like this is nice. I mean, you're still gonna do some damage to tanks, but not so much. But if you wanna go like tank killer, and you're gonna go more like this. Let me see. If you wanna go tank killer, you can go. You can go. I know some people maybe not agree with me. You can go Divine Thunderer, um, Black Cleaver, Band of Ruin King, um, Syndra Grudge, and what else is missing? Oh, and a Kraken, obviously. Yeah, and a Kraken. And then you're gonna be killing tanks pretty good. Let's say like you're gonna have movement speed from Black Cleaver, you're gonna have slow from Grudge, and you're gonna have like movement speeds um, stolen from them. So they ain't going anywhere. You're gonna kill them. If they get cut out, they can do whatever they want. They ain't running away from you. You're gonna hunt them down and find them and do all good stuff to them. Um, uh, you also can go for Mythic. You also can go Trinity Force. You can go Gunshot Rage Blade for split pushing, but Trinity Force can work for split pushing also. But Gunshot Rage Blade is, I think, it's decent because your E scales with AP, but I mean, I would try to avoid it, but you also can. You can go Eclipse. Gore Drinker is okay. You can try that. It's not too bad. But you can basically go any item, but the most popular ones, anti-tank is Divine Thunderer. I don't care what everyone says is good against tanks, and Strike Breaker is good just catch people because it give you attack speed, it's give you health, ability haste, attack damage. Eclipse is nice, but it's okay. I wouldn't really to focus on Eclipse too much. You also can go use your Guns Blade, uh, but it's not popular. If you go lethality, build like first strike, runes and masteries, then I would go Duskblade. Definitely collector for sure. Action arc for sure. Um, if you want some speed and some, you can go Black Cleaver. You can, or Umbral Glaive. Oh, if you go Umbral Glaive, actually it would be nice because you can get a zombie ward. If you get zombie ward and Umbral Glaive, you're gonna have wards all over the place. And against Timo is nice too. And the final one, you can buy GA, or you can get Edge of Night. It would be helpful, if you get a lot of gold. Or you could go Spear of Sojin. It's not that bad. Um, if they have a tank, you can add Surgeon Grudge. Mm. And to alternate builds, you also can go. Where is it? Where are you? Okay, and you also can go Mortal Reminder. If they have a lot of heals. Uh, you would be killing them anyway, even if they have a lot of kills, because you don't really want a team fight. So I wouldn't go Mortal Reminder. I would try to get picks, on its own and try to avoid team fights. So Mortal Reminder, you can go against heals, but if you go against healing team, you don't team fight. So you just buy like uh, Sterling Grudge or wherever. Like you can alternate and buy something good like Blade of Ruin King. I wouldn't really go Bloodthirster. You can, but you mostly want items with attack speed. It's the main goal. In this case, I just buy Blade of Ruin King or whatever. Anyway, now let's go to clearing paths. When game starts, you wanna go to where your team is not located. For example, if your team, like unless you invade, like if your team is on red side and watching your red, and nobody at blue, and your top laner is like at top tower and mid laner at mid tower or bottom, you just go here. Be very careful. You can get cut out. The easy and most safest way to ward, you can ward right here or you can word right here. But if you feel confident that there's no one here, or you feeling brave, you can word it even right here, like right by the red in the bush, and you can take it if nobody like around and you feel like nobody will come. And But if you just if you don't wanna play on safe side and you don't wanna risk it, and you don't want to piss off enemy jungler, you can just start where the people are giving you leash for threats are clear. So for example, if the leash in you red, you just take red, go to Krogs, clear those, then go to chickens, then wolves, then blue, um, then grump. And once you level 4, after first clear, you wanna go to skull, like the first skull, like I mean, the most important skull is the dragon one right here, because Rift Herald doesn't spawn like that often. Um, but you wanna try to. You can also like do first clear and go straight base, and after base go straight to bottom skull. If you know that enemy jungler started blue, for example, because you want to try to get vision on a dragon and try to take it if you see the opportunity where enemy jungler like top for example. Um, also, when you start and you're at level 1, the first thing I would start, instead of Q, I would start W actually, because it's give you more damage over time. So because it give you attack speed passively, and it's going to be easier to take the first camp, plus your team help you out, because if you queue, that's it, it's gone. With attack speed, it's going to be there with all duration of the taking a first camp. But for the queue, you have to wait like, because I have items, cooldown items, only 4 seconds. Originally, it's just 8 seconds, or like whole 8 seconds. So I would just go W, then after you take the first camp, you get Q. And then obviously E to make sure you have all abilities. Then I would, personally, I max all of them at the same time. Then after E, on fourth one, I would max W again, then Q, then E. I would spread the points. I know a lot of people would be disagree and be like, "Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about." Trust me, it helps because like if you miss your Q, then you can rely on your W passive, like and then you have your E that give longer fear duration and less cooldown. So you need all of them, you know. Yeah, like, but if you feel like if you go like lethality and you're confident you can land your Q without problem, I mean it's hard to miss it, but like I would go Q and max it Q first, obviously, and then I would you could go either W for attack speed or E for fear duration and cooldown. Like the most important first objective is Herald, and you wanna like when it does power attack. Let's wait for it to do power attack. Um, it's might not gonna do. I have to hit an eye, but I'm gonna kill it. But anyway, you can block. You can do spell shield when Herald does special attack, like the charge attack. You can spell shield her attack, but I don't recommend it because you need your spell shield to block if somebody comes to contest the objective. And once you get Herald, I would summon it at the tower with least HP to get first tower bounty. Or you can go to lane where the safest route of actions is to go to lane where is somebody just recalled. For example, if top doesn't have TP and he just recalled, you just go here and summon it to make sure, like you know, you don't get denied and it's get the charge and everything. Or also good scenario is to go to a lane where is which lane is ahead to snowball even harder. Helps them push the lane. Like you know, they might get mad that you're taking their CS, but just push wherever and summon Herald. Uh, Ping it, tell them to help you because you want them to have gold too. You know, they get gold, your whole team gets gold. You know, if you're lucky, you get another charge and get even farther ahead. Um, but yeah, but then you have to make sure you at Drake's on time. Like when Drake about to spawn, you want it there like 15 seconds before it spawns. You have to time it right. And once time for Drake to spawn, and you have it like worded, you have like a control word somewhere close by. Then make sure your team is close by, so you're not fighting like 3v4 or 2v5 or something. Make sure it's at least even fight. Like, or if they have less people, it's even better. Like a lot better. It's actually ideal scenario. You also can invade if you see if you see an enemy jungler at top, you can invade the other side, but make sure like that mid and bot lane doesn't collapse on you and kill you. But in most cases, if you going even and the game is pretty close, they're not gonna try to contest the jungle unless you know the enemy jungle is there. In most cases, but I mean they still can come. It's possible. Um, what else? Yeah, just when like the first when you start off, when you just load into the game, you want to start with the ward and just you know place it like you know at blue somewhere. Like if you I already showed you like right here or right here, but ideally right here. Or if you think enemy starts red, you word right here to be careful. Or if you have cajonas and you are a man, No, I'm just joking. But anyway, but you can place it right here. But you probably don't want to go this far on this side because it's usually definitely watched by bot lane. Yeah, but mostly you want, or you can actually can do a trick. You can go through bot lane right here through this bush in beginning of game. Just go in and just like drop ward right here. They might be lacking and place ward right here. Not in the bush. It would be nice too. Um, Ultimates. Once you get a sweeper, you sweep. Like areas, like for example, if you gank in bottom, you can like sweep right here if you gank him from here, or you could go through lane and gank, like make sure you're out of vision. Like if they like in the middle right here, you stay right here just so your ultimate and wait for them to go in, and start fighting, and then you are probably ADC. If the may probably the lowest character with lowest HP, but ADC is priority in bot lane gank. Mid, you wait for him to go in. You sweep right here and ult, or you can sweep right here and ult, or you can go from this side. You can sweep here and ult, sweep here and ult, sweep here and ult. Top is the most common and most normal place to gank top is obviously here. Sweep, ult, gank. Um, it's when you have ult. Here is you can actually go through lane. Like I said, you can go through lane and just make sure you're out of vision. Or you can go through this bush right here. Wait right here. If it's close by the tower, just yeah. Just use common sense. You also can gank without ultimate. Don't get me wrong. Ultimate is really important for Nock, but he can gank without ultimate. He got fear and he got Q for the speed, and he got W for spell shield. But that's about it. You also can use ult to block enemy vision. So when you do like dragon or baron or something, you can use your ultimate to like make them think you try ganking them. So just like, for example, you watching lanes while you do Drake. Enemy top laner is top, and you see Zed is kind of moving bottom, and bottom kind of moving moving top. I mean mid. Like they're all thinking about collapsing. Like on you. You just ult and hope they're gonna get spooked and just go like closer to the tower because they're gonna think you ganking them. So that's good strategy too. That's about it. I don't have nothing really else to add right now. But thank you for watching. Here's your video on how to jungle with Nock. I hope you find it helpful. Uh, I did my best to give you the idea of what to build and how to path. Thank you. All right. Bye.